Valentia Island is one of Ireland's most westerly points, lying off the Iveragh Peninsula in the southwest of County Kerry. It is linked to the mainland by the Maurice O'Neill Memorial Bridge at Portmagee.A. A car ferry also departs from Reenard Point to Knightstown, the island's main settlement, from April to October. A second, smaller village named Chapeltown is located at roughly the midpoint of the island, 3 kilometres from the bridge. The permanent population of the island is 665, and the island is approximately 11 kilometres long by almost 3 kilometres wide. History: Valentia was the eastern terminus of the first commercially viable transatlantic telegraph cable. The first attempt in 1857 to land a cable from Ballycarberry Strand on the mainland just east of Valentia Island ended in disappointment. After subsequent failures of cables landed at Knightstown in 1858 and Foilholme-Bay in 1865, the vast endeavour finally resulted in commercially viable transatlantic telegraph communications from Foilholme-Bay to Heart's Content, Newfoundland in 1866. Transatlantic telegraph cables operated from Valentia Island for 100 years, ending with Western Union International terminating its cable operations in 1966. Prior to the transatlantic telegraph, American longitude measurements had a 2,800-foot uncertainty with respect to European longitudes. Because of the importance of accurate longitudes to safe navigation, the U.S. Coast Survey mounted a longitude expedition in 1866 to link longitudes in the United States accurately to the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. Benjamin Gould and his partner A.T. Mossman reached Valentia on the 2nd of October 1866. They built a temporary longitude observatory beside the Foilholme cable station to support synchronized longitude observations with Heart's Content, Newfoundland. After many rainy and cloudy days, the first transatlantic longitude signals were exchanged between Foilholme and Heart's Content on October 24, 1866. In 1993, an undergraduate geology student discovered fossilized tetrapod trackways, footprints in mud preserved in Devonian rocks on the north coast of the island. About 385 million years ago, a primitive vertebrate passed along a muddy shoreline in the equatorial swampland that is now southwestern Ireland and left prints as if in wet concrete. The prints were preserved by silt overlying them, and were converted to rock over the ages. The Valentia Island trackways are among the oldest signs of vertebrate life on land. Places of interest. The combined features and history of the island make it an attractive tourist destination, easily accessible from the popular Ring of Kerry route. Geocan Mountain and Forfar Cliffs, the highest mountain on Valentia Island, and the sea cliffs of 600 feet on its northern face. On the northeast of the island stands Glanleam House amid subtropical gardens, protected by windbreaks from Atlantic gales and never touched by frost. These gardens provide the mildest microclimate in Ireland. Starting in the 1830s, Sir Peter George Fitzgerald, the 19th Knight of Kerry, planted these gardens and stocked them with a unique collection of rare and tender plants from the southern hemisphere, normally grown under glass in Ireland. The gardens are laid out in a naturalistic style as a series of walks. There are plants from South America, Australia, New Zealand, Chile, and Japan. The gardens are memorialized in a selected golden variegated loom apicillata Glanleam gold that originated as a sport in the garden. The gardens are open to the public. The slate quarry, which reopened in 1998, provided slates for the British Houses of Parliament. The island also hosts a heritage centre which tells the story of the geology, human, natural and industrial history of the island. with exhibits on the cable station, the marine radio station and the RNLI's Valentia lifeboat station. The telegraph field is the site of the first permanent communications link between Europe and North America. Transatlantic telegraph cables operated from Valentia Island from 1866. Weather station location and climate. The Valentia Island weather station is located 51 degrees 56 minutes 23 seconds north, 10 degrees 14 minutes 40 seconds west, and is 25 meters above mean sea level. It is one of the 22 coastal weather stations whose reports are broadcast as part of the BBC shipping forecast. Valentia Observatory is part of Met Éireann, the Irish Meteorological Service. The observatory was set up in August 1868. Valentia Island is, on average, the wettest weather station in Ireland. The monthly averages for sunshine and rainfall are based on 2010 statistics, which are around average apart from July, which received only 40% of its normal sunshine hours and 219% of its normal rainfall. Valentia Island also has a station for Navtex transmissions. Valentia Island sits on the eastern edge of the Atlantic Ocean, despite it being on the same latitude as St. Anthony in Newfoundland on the opposite side of the Atlantic Ocean. It enjoys much milder winters thanks to the moderating effect of prevailing west to southwest winds, and the effects of the warming Gulf Stream current. Snow and frost are rare, and because of this the island can support many subtropical varieties of plants. Sport. Valentia Young Islanders GAA is the local Gaelic athletic association club. Valentia is a popular fishing location, and Valentia waters hold the Irish records for conger eel, red sea bream, raise bream and lesser spotted dogfish. Notable people. Valentia was considered home to Mugroy, a powerful blind druid in Irish mythology. The O'Sullivans, headed by the O'Sullivan Bear, owned much of Valentia until the 17th century. The noted naturalist Maud Jane Delap lived and worked in Knightstown, carrying out important research into the marine life surrounding Valentia and identifying many new species. Valentia is the home of former Gaelic footballer Mick O'Connell and the birthplace of John J. Scaillig O'Kelly, leader of Sinn Féin from 1926. Gaelic footballer Go O'Driscoll was born on Valentia Island. The American solo rock climber Michael Reardon died on the 13th of July 2007 at the Forfar Cliffs of Valentia Island when he was swept out to sea following a successful climb. Gerald Spring Rice, 6th Baron Monteagle of Brandon, was brought up on the island, as were many other members of the Spring Rice family.